The following stream contains mature content and subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey y'all. Greetings and salutations today. And I am Rabinia. I ST this game, which is Werewolf the Apocalypse Phoenix's Call. Sorry, I was a little late on the timing here, so I'm a little hopefully my players don't get a TPK from this. But now I shall let my players introduce themselves, starting in our usual order.
With a lead-in like that. Hi, I'm Maddox. I will be playing Colin Douglas, the Dear Fiona Arun.
I'm Beth. I'm playing Kat Sullivan, our Stargazer Philodox, and praying for no TPKs tonight.
Hey everybody, I'm the Ravnos Archon. I am playing Howard Sanders, or Howie Maui as he's lovingly called, and I am the group's Glasswalker Theurge.
I'm Brad, Timber Brad 411 in chat, and I'll be playing Plays with Danger, the lovable scamp, Bonar Ragabash.
And I am Relindair, also known as Mama McStabber in Twitch chat, and I am playing Calliope Monroe, the Silver Fangs Galliard. But honestly, Maui Howie may have to be our Galliard because my Galliard is a medicine mute.
I was just thinking that Ravnos was already thinking of another character. Who knows?
That too.
I mean, whatever. So,
Look, you need a back pocket.
and these are our lovely players for Phoenix's Call. I'm going to play the intro now, and hopefully nobody dies in between. Bye.
Some coffee grounds.
It is always the coffee grounds. Always the coffee grounds with this group. Someone's gonna die of a caffeine addiction, I swear. Gotta happen.
Of all the ways to go out.
Yeah.
I'm not addicted. The thing that's gonna kill me ain't gonna be coffee.
That's true. It's gonna be your girlfriend. But anyways, I don't know if I need to summarize what happened last episode. Do I really need to? Anyone here?
I mean, you can for the viewers.
Yeah. So, what happened previously is our lovely pack associates, because they're not really a pack yet, because there are rituals that cause packs to happen, you know. But one of the main things that happened last session was they decided to check out the homeless shelters, because the main people that have been going missing in Casper are the homeless. Due to this, they ran into a couple of people. Plays with Danger ran into a old woman that he was trying to calm that ended up freaking him out
Stranger danger.
by, him getting a little peek of what was behind that veil and all those spiders. Or spoiders, as I like to say for some of our arachnophobic viewers. During this, Calliope actually rescued Plays, which was adorable. And yes, stranger danger is a thing.
She did say she had adopted him.
Yep, you did. While this was going on, Maui Howie and Colin went downstairs with Coach to where the videotapes were held and the camera control center was. Kat was talking with the wonderful associate and basically trying to whore Colin out for all the details.
Never works.
I'm just saying it. That's what was going on.
Disappointed.
Now, what ends up happening with Maui Howie and Colin now is going to be kind of interesting because they were able to see on the camera a particular individual was unlocking the back door to the shelter and leading people out. However, they couldn't make out too much of what was going on, so Maui Howie's friend helped clean up some of the footage. However, that seems to have triggered something that was embedded in the tape, thus causing the door to lock behind them, which this door, if you remember from last session, they were told it was broken. It couldn't be locked. And it started breaking the tape and spilling out this blue smoke everywhere. So, why don't we begin with... Let's begin with Kat and her lovely conversation. Are you sure you're gonna put in a good word?
Yeah, I'll totally put in a good word for you and tell him to please come down and say hi to you and hopefully give you a little bit more info. We'll see. I can't make any promises, but I can at least try. And you said that the furniture stores, it's like 1 p.m. on Wednesday when they're doing those interviews?
1 p.m. on Wednesday.
And that
you gotta go. You have to go in on Monday to get the paper application, then 1 p.m. on Wednesday.
And Storyteller, what day is today?
I've got a dice. We can make this happen. Today is Saturday.
And do I have a sense of how long it's been since everybody, since Howie and Colin went downstairs?
You could make me a perception alertness. It's not hard difficulty. Difficulty 6. Let's get the first roll out of the way for the session and let it not be something, mortifying.
Would this ping in my paranoia?
Probably.
What was the difficulty you said, or was it?
Standard difficulty, difficulty 6. She's just nervous because her friends are dying downstairs.
Not dead yet.
I said dying, not dead.
So 5 successes.
Actively.
5 successes?
Yeah.
It's been about 20-ish minutes they've been downstairs. Though you have seen Coach walk back up.
I will lean into Kendall. And where's, just so I can meet up with Colin so I can talk to him, so he's not in front of you, so he's not embarrassed. Poor kid. Where's the room with the cameras?
It's downstairs in the basement. You just go down the stairs and you hang a left. There's a little hallway there.
All right, sounds good. I'll kind of I'm gonna go talk to him. Said
sure. Here's my number just in case. Huh?
Yeah, I'll give this to him.
Thank you.
And I'll kind of just like nod my head to Calliope and Plays like pointing towards where the basement is and start making my way that way.
And I believe we will follow.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'll get a good sort of distance away from this lady, and then I'm trying to track scents to find where they are specifically.
Okay. It's not that difficult. You know Colin's scent very well over the time you've spent. So yeah, going down is not going to be difficult. And now we're going to go back to Colin and Maui Howie. And this gives us a proper time frame of when y'all should arrive.
Colin's gonna start by holding his breath.
Yeah, there is blue smoke that is just spitting out of this VCR right now.
I'm just coughing.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna start ramming my shoulder into the door.
Okay. Good plans. I would like for you, Maui Howie, to roll me a stamina plus medicine. Difficulty 8. Since you are not holding your breath. Colin, go ahead and give me your strength plus brawl.
Do I need to roll anything for holding my breath, by the way?
Oh, we'll get to that in a second.
Okay. Just making sure.
Oh boy, I got 2 successes out of 4 dice, and one of them was a 10.
And then.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, I'm gonna just reach up into my shoulder, grab my little dude. No, the door, please. The door.
Okay. Just FYI, Maui Howie, you take 2 health levels of aggravated damage from this. This stuff, it's terrible. Absolutely terrible. It's ripping up your lungs. It does not taste good. It's the worst thing ever.
It was nice knowing you guys.
Pray tell, what did you say the difficulty was again?
It's a pretty stout door, so the difficulty is going to be 8.
Oh, fantastic. Then I get 4 successes.
Ooh. So yeah,
Well, one was thrown in there, but I'm fine.
You're starting to bust this door. You're already getting the hinge partially.
Can I hear them like banging against the door?
You want to roll a perception alertness?
Yes.
It's not a hard difficulty. It's going to be like a 5. Because, I mean, this was an old gymnasium. It was not designed to trap sound.
This ain't a recording studio.
It's not.
5.
All right. You definitely hear the noise. You definitely hear the frustration. I'm going to roll some dice for Maui's friend. And obviously, Kat, you were heading down first, so you probably are the first one to get really a residual of the sound. But what were you saying, Plays with Danger?
As soon as I hear the sound and it sounds like they're struggling, Plays would break out into a sprint for the door.
Cat would join them.
Because I want to open the door.
Maui, your spider friend is trying, but it has kind of sunk down a little bit onto the door frame as Colin is trying his best to jam it open. And it's like, I can't, Maui. I'm scared. What's going to happen to you? I don't want you to go.
I'm just covering my mouth and just pointing at my throat and pointing at the door. I can't speak to it right now. My eyes are wide and I'm just like
it's very rank. It's not the sticky icky you're used to, Maui. This is more like diesel engine fossil fuels asbestos that is going through the room. Colin, while you're trying to break this door open, which we will roll for another one of those, but I would like for you to roll me a stamina. Just straight stamina.
Does my resilient specialty kick in?
Of course it does. Difficulty's going to be 8. You need at least 2 successes to get through this without breathing any of this crap in.
Oof. And I just barely make 2 successes.
Yeah. So
Yeesh,
you're
my
still
stamina's
holding.
not good right now.
But it's definitely one of those things where you jam against that and there's a bit of a as you try to breathe, but then you're like, no, must stay strong. And, all right, the rest of you probably get to the door by now. You see that
As soon as
Colin's got it jammed, and there is a bit of a crack starting to form.
Does it look like the door opens in or out?
It opens out.
I want to use open seal.
I knew we were going to get there. At some point, a Ragabash has to open the frickin' door. This is the way this works. All right, I'm trying to remember exactly the roll for that.
It is a Gnosis roll. Difficulty is the local gauntlet.
Okay. The gauntlet here is a little thick. It's not a Karen. It's not a Pentex facility, so that you've got that going. But that means it's a difficulty 8.
Is it a magical seal?
You actually wouldn't know this, but
Okay.
I will give it to you. It is a magical seal.
Well, because I have to spend Gnosis.
Yeah.
If it's magic.
But that's why I was like, you wouldn't actually know this, but for intents and purposes, I'm going to let you know.
So then do I only roll 5 since my Gnosis is 6 because I spent 1? Or do I roll the 6?
I think you rolled a 5 because you have to
Okay.
spend the Gnosis first.
Yeah. I just wasn't sure if it was current or permanent because it doesn't say.
I understand. And that's something that I have arguments with the books about.
Okay. No worries. You said 8?
Yeah.
2 successes.
All right. So, as you all know, 3 successes is a complete success. 2 successes is a semi-complete success. The door begins to jingle a little bit. Like whatever was blocking it magically has released. So it's more about getting the door open.
Can I just grab the handle and give it a hard tug?
I'm assuming at
Being
the
as-
same time, Colin is probably jamming his shoulder at it. So why don't you give me a strength? Don't know if brawl would really fit here. You're pulling. So why don't
I can kick it instead.
let's go strength athletics. And the difficulty has gone down a bit since the seal has been broken. So you're talking about a difficulty 6. Colin, go ahead and give me your strength brawl difficulty 6 as well. You do feel that it's suddenly, it seems looser for some reason. Yes.
3 successes, 2 of them were 10s.
Okay. So yeah, I'm waiting to see what Colin rolls here. Because it's going to affect things.
My dice are mad at me, guys. 2 successes.
2 successes? That's okay, but I understand your pull for this big. So, but yeah.
Nice.
So in the process, you yank the door. He jams his shoulder in. He's going to come tumbling out as you yank the door. And that's
Can I
part
try
of the
and
pressure.
catch him and try to like spin around so we don't get knocked over?
You could try. That's going to be a, because this is a surprising situation. Let's go. This is going to be a fun combination. Let's go wits plus athletics.
Okay.
Because the surprise of the door, him tumbling out, you have to have that situational awareness.
Once the door is completely open that I see Colin fly out, I'm just
Yeah.
gonna scurry and dive like
You're just
I
gonna
was
dive.
taught. Just dive to the floor like I'm trying to avoid a fire.
Was that standard difficulty?
Yes, that'll be standard diff.
And then case 4 successes, 2 or 10s.
Okay. Nice. So yeah, Colin, you basically get caught by Cat and she kind of spins you and puts you right on your feet.
Cool. I don't even break stride. As soon as I'm facing down the hallway again, I start moving and I shout, "Out!" And I shout it to make sure that it's heard down the hall too.
Okay. The smoke has billowed for a bit and it seems to cease the moment you get out.
Does anything about this seem familiar to Calliope?
You know what? Given your specific situation, your history, let's see if you remember. So let's go intelligence. I'm looking at your sheet to see what might be a good.
Primal urge?
Yeah, that'll work.
Okay.
Because I was like, I didn't see a lot of investigation. I'm like, no. Difficulty for you is 6. If this was someone else, it might have been an 8.
That's 3.
You know that smell. You know that color. That is something that a certain spiral walker might do. It's a specialty gift. Usually it comes out their mouths and not just random willy-nilly. That's a whole other thing. But, you know, you have seen individuals blow this kind of smoke, people, when you were a child.
Calliope gets a snarl on her face. And she turns and follows the rest.
Colin's doing the best to ignore that his eye is twitching.
And I'm assuming you are going to be leaving this place.
Yep.
In a hurry.
I storm out, and anyone who's in my way is going to get bowled over. I'm
Alright.
done with this fucking building. And so I will gladly lead the charge for us getting the fuck out of this hell.
This is pretty fair. The worker who was helping you is like, is everything okay? And there's just, you know, seeing that just storm out mentality. It's like, okay.
I will just kind of pause and say, thank you so much for your help.
No problem.
We may be back to talk a little bit more later. We just got to take care of some things and rush after them.
Oh, okay. And it's fairly easy. When the doors swing open, you're back out. And it's just Casper.
I'm going to the truck.
Once we're all back at the trucks, Kat's just going to be like, okay, you guys, what happened? Are you guys all okay?
Shaking my head as I make sure that nobody's looking, and I slowly shift into Glabro so I can start healing.
Mm-hmm.
Since I can't use Mother's Touch on myself.
Yeah.
Why would
Seeing
I?
that, I'd probably like open the backseat to the car, just kind of like, why don't you kind of like lean here, just make sure nobody's watching, and just kind of
Yeah, Calliope's got a Suburban.
just
so.
clock the area, just in paranoia, just making sure that we're not being watched. Nobody seems to be paying attention to us,
And
especially with him shifted.
Yeah, and Plays will go right to Colin's side just to sort of like make sure he's all right.
You can feel the pissed off radiating.
And I know, Ravnos, you know the role to get to Glabro, so unless you're doing the instant shift.
No, I'm okay with a slow shift.
Yeah. You're just trying to get that crap out of your lungs.
Yeah.
Because
try
it
not to-
definitely feels still like you're out of the area, but it's still kind of on fire.
Yeah, no botches, so I'm good.
Yeah, you're good.
And once I start shifting, I'm just gonna be like, there. It was. I don't. You saw what I saw, right? Like it was not. There was smoke coming out of a VHS machine, and that might have happened with Betamaxes in the back, but I need to calm down, and I'm gonna pull out my conch shell and listen to it for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
We saw someone on the footage fucking with their back door when Howie asked a spider to help clear things up so he could see who. It started spitting out the toxic gas. I'll admit, the rest of it's a bit of a blur.
I'm sorry, Howie.
Calliope goes back in to go to the back door.
It's fairly easy to get to the back door. There's a kitchen area. It's behind the kitchens. And at this moment, the student that was helping y'all is got her hands full. I'm not going to make you roll a stealth check for that.
Appreciate that.
Blaze is gonna roll up with Calliope just because, especially after something happening, he's not gonna let her just go by herself.
Oh, she wasn't even considering someone going. She's just, as soon as he said back door, Calliope started moving.
Yeah.
Kat started to go after, but seeing plays, she's going to stick with Colin and Maui Howie just to make sure they're good.
But it's fairly easy to get to the back door. It's normally unlocked during business hours.
I want to get a good sniff at it.
Okay. I know exactly what you're trying to do here.
Oh, Blaze is doing the exact same thing.
All right. So let's go. I wouldn't say this is alertness. So let's go perception primal urge again. Calliope, your difficulty is a 7.
Okay.
Blaze, your difficulty is a 9. And this is specifically because you've never dealt really with this before.
I'm going to spend a willpower to get a success.
Okay.
Did we not deal with anything like this in the past?
Nope. The problems that you had previously were just other Garu.
Well,
you understand my technicality, Maddox.
I know. I just have to be pedantic.
Yeah, I got 1 and then no ones.
Okay, so you didn't watch. Okay.
With my spent willpower, I have 3.
Okay. You get a good sniff.
Mm-hmm.
That stench is distinctive. You know they don't shower. You know they don't clean themselves properly. You know this smell. In fact, you know it even more personally. It's familiar. Calliope.
Who does it bring to mind?
Not your mother. I believe this is a sibling. Black spirals raise their pups in groups.
Going to activate Mind Speak again because the scene had changed, and right now I'm only doing it with plays.
Mm-hmm.
I know that one. Let's get out of here.
Plays will follow Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, I was just going to give you the details that your success would give you. It's strong. It's disgusting. It almost makes you want to rub your nose. Like, you want to stick your nose in some coffee grounds right now just to try and get it out. Something else. Maybe even bleach would work here. But it's just it's filth and it's taint, but not the same taint that you're used to dealing with. It's more like taint times 7.
Yeah. Yeah, it's bad news, whatever it is. I
Mhm.
gotcha. Yeah, as soon as he'll follow wherever Calliope's headed.
Back to the vehicles.
And you go. It's fairly easy. How's everything out there with Kat and Maui and Colin with the conch shell?
Colin is currently, in an effort to stay calm, gripping his hands like this and squeezing because he knows one thing he can't break is himself.
That's fair.
Yeah, I'll hand
He's
him the
just gonna.
conch shell.
He's doesn't even notice. He's just staring very intently
Are you
at the
just
ground.
gonna put it against his ear?
Yeah, and then just tilt his head so that it catches it like a phone.
Well, Kat is probably talking to him about breathing exercises. Just like,
Yeah.
breathe in slowly. Count
Yeah.
to 10.
Just listen to this. Listen to this. I'm gonna grab the spider and just be like, "What? We saw it like wink at us, right, little dude? Like I'm not going
Mhm.
crazy.
You're not going crazy, Howie. You're
Yeah,
not.
It winked at us like it knew we were looking at the video. Like that's weird, dude. Like that gives me the heebie-jeebies.
That is kind of strange. They must have some friends.
What do you mean, friends?
I mean, like me.
Oh, that's bogus. And I just slump into the seat.
All right, who wants to go for a drive?
She activates Mind Speak to the group. Follow me. We need to talk.
I'm driving.
Or then.
And I get in my vehicle and take them to Joe's property where my camper is, which is outside of town.
I'll follow.
Since Joe's at the store,
Yeah,
it'll be private.
exactly.
And the whole ride there, Calliope doesn't say anything else.
In the truck with Colin and Garu, yeah, he'll just say stench, foul, and you can see him like constantly shaking his head, like the smell is still lingering. And he just kind of like repeats those words over and over again, like he's trying to get the smell out of his head.
And reach back and just start scratching your ears. Like, dude, you don't smell that bad. Trust me. I know what BL smells like, bro. You are 3 days fresh right now.
You got a bit of a face full in that videotape room.
Oh, you mean me? Oh shit, my bad. Yeah, when we stop, I'll do something about it.
Door. Back. And then he's just like pawing at his nose, like he's trying to find some way to get his claw inside. Like not like trying to hurt himself, but almost like he's just trying to scrape the smell out.
Blaze. Hamid. Weak nose will help. I say in Guru, but I speak stunted Garu the way he speaks stunted English most of the time.
So he'll begrudgingly shift.
in the back seat. Collins is not worried about anyone seeing you.
Yeah.
So
Getting some naked plays action.
always naked unless he gets dressed.
Yeah, I'm gonna look back at him. Have you ever done the Teen Wolf thing with him? Like, have you ever let him just get on the roof while you're driving? Like, let his fucking thing just flap in the wind?
He's never asked. Gaia, help me, Howie. I will throw you out of this truck.
It's just a question, bro. It's just a question.
Not now.
All right. And I look back at plays. Hey, we're gonna truck surf later.
He looks absolutely like blank at you, having no idea what you're talking about, and then just starts ruffling through his bag. And it's important to also point out for I guess Calliope, because I think Beth knows about it, but on his left wrist he does have like a silver bracelet. But it's he's got a silver bracelet that matches a ring around his paw when he's in lupus.
I'm going to transport over to the other car for a minute, since I assume Kat and Calliope are driving together.
I would definitely be like, are you okay? Anything you want to talk about? Seem a little tense after making sure all the doors are locked. Just kind of paranoid, like just double checking.
I don't want to have to repeat myself, so I'll just tell everybody.
Understand?
But no, I'm not okay.
That was probably a poorly worded question because it's you're tense. It kind of obvious.
But thank you for asking. Not many do.
Their loss.
Thanks.
And it is safe to say, unless someone else wants to do something terrible or horrible in this moment, we shall do the grand old Star Wars swipe to arriving at the camper.
Yeah. And it is one of those, like, it is towed behind a vehicle. And she pulls up beside it. And it's basically set up like it's a campsite almost there. And it's back behind the house near the forest. And she gets out and says, "Welcome to my humble abode." And she unlocks the camper and opens the door for them.
It's got that lovely built-in table.
And it's got like
set.
a built-in couch, like banquette thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to ask for our word picture.
Yep. So yep, you walk inside and it is a simple, like, mid-90s camper. It's got a few little knickknacks and things in it, like little decorative items that she might have collected around her travels. But mostly it's very simply appointed. There is a beige colored banquette with, wood table. There's a small kitchenette inside. There is some cabinetry in there, and there is also a door on the side that is obviously a small room, like a powder room or restroom. And then there is a door at the back of the camper that's probably where her bunk is. So she actually stands in front of the sink, leaning against it while you all take a seat.
I immediately shift down into Hamid and I'm like, dude, I love these things. And I just slide. So I'm in the middle of the banquette, just hands out.
And Plays is wearing, so he's in Hamid and he's just wearing a pair of swim trunks, barefoot, no shirt. And he's kind of squatting down just on his hind legs, but it clearly looks like that's as close to Comfort and Hamid that he is.
So what
Are you
exactly
still
happened?
naked, please?
No. I'm
Okay.
wearing swim trunks.
Okay, I'm just making sure because the way that image is in my brain now.
So it is 100% that pose with swim trunks on, which is completely odd that he has swim trunks in the middle of Wyoming.
Yeah. I did not need dangling plays balls in my image, in my brain.
You got them anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you did.
Now they're stuck in there.
Just is the entrance like, are there like walls on either side at all, or things that would block standing next to the exit?
No,
All right,
it's kind of open in the living area, as it were. It's obvious that the table actually can be tucked away to expand that banquette into like a day bed kind of thing. So,
all right.
yeah.
Then Cullen's gonna stand where he can easily immediately shift and go out, or at least open the door to the
Hmm.
trailer.
And then
Cat
through
does-
mind speak. Oh, please say what Kat's doing, please.
I'm just saying she just does her normal, just kind of look around, make sure there's nobody's around that we can't see, and then head inside, but also keeping an eye on that door.
I thought I might have found my place. But the past always catches up with me. I am sorry for what happened to you, Howie and Colin. If I had known, I wouldn't have let you go down there. The individual you saw on the tape is one of my brothers. I escaped a spiral den before my first change. My mother came after me first. I had to kill her. Cubs and dancer dens are raised together. So whether or not they were actually made by my parents or not didn't matter. I don't know if he's here for me or to do something else. But I take it real goddamn personal. I have had to kill one in every city I've been in.
They seem to find you again?
This one took 2 years. I'll kill him and move on.
Anyone in the Bonar Sept know that you're a howler?
I'm not. I have none of their gifts. I got away. Because I was...
Can I use my gift, Truth of Gaia?
Truth of Gaia.
And you actually hear Calliope stumbles with her speech as she starts to recollect her childhood.
I was about to say, Calliope, would you say that you are feeling emotionally compromised?
Yes.
In an extreme way?
Yes.
I am going to need a frenzy roll from you.
Okay.
So
tell me what I roll for that.
Give me 1 second. I'm pulling up my handy dandy cheat sheet.
I appreciate you because it's been a minute since I've played.
Yeah. It's okay.
There's no successes or bad in this case.
Yeah,
Okay.
successes
Very,
are bad.
very bad.
Do I roll my rage?
Your rage is definitely a component.
Okay.
I'm just making sure there isn't something else. I think it's just flat rage. Yeah.
This might be bad because I...
Yeah, you're going to roll your rage.
Yeah, welcome to hell. It's a fun ride.
Oh, yeah, you're going to roll your rage, and you have 4 rage. And you have to, if you succeed, like 3 or more, yeah, 3 or more, you are going to frenzy, which means you will auto shift and you will basically lose control.
Yeah, no, I actually, this is what I rolled on 4 dice. A 9, a 9, a 10, and a 1. So I got 2.
Wow.
The one time we need the dice to fail us, and they don't.
I got 2.
Okay, so you all see it in her. She is not there in that sense of she is not there in the present. She is
damn it.
somewhere back there for a second, and you see the shifting starting to happen. There is that moment. But
Can I
But the thing is here, I said you needed to roll 3 or more successes. Thankfully, you only rolled 2 because of the 1. So it's there. She is on the raggedy edge.
Blaze is what? Sorry.
No, any more bad news, any more staying in this headspace is going. She is probably going to go absolute
Nuclear.
Yeah. I was going to say butt fuck, but yeah, absolute crazy.
What you see with that flicker in her is she just closes her eyes and breathes in real deep. And as she does, she starts to get larger, and literally she starts to just go white. Any fur that starts to come out is like a pure white with a silver sheen. And then she opens her eyes again and settles back down into herself.
As soon as, like, because Blaze is watching her,
you've seen this happen before with others.
As soon as he gets that flicker, he's like right into Lupus again, but he's going right up next to her and like leaning against her.
And she looks down and strokes Place gently.
Does mind speak just work for?
It works both ways.
Right. But is it just words, or are we getting some of that flood of images from your past coming into our own minds?
I don't know. Storyteller, does it work like that?
Give me
I
one
believe-
second.
Because they would
by
see
the
some
gift-
pretty severe abuses.
I believe by the gift, it's only what you choose to communicate.
I don't think she could have controlled it in that moment.
Yeah.
There were
Good.
probably some flickers of some severe atrocities. A black spiral den or a nest, as they like to call them, is not for the faint of heart. They raise their children in a group. And it's mainly to control and subjugate and push. That
Survival of the fittest.
Mm-hmm. They are purposefully pushed against each other. Those that don't change get treated the worst of the worst.
Sensing that? Oh.
Because in the quite literal sense, they are used as breeding stock. Nothing more, nothing less.
Getting like those flashes where we can actually see some of the truth behind what she says and those emotions. Kat would probably go up and just put her hands on Calliope's shoulders and be like, you stepped away and you left. And you fought them whenever they found you, right? And then I would use Truth of Gaia just to sense the truth of her words.
All right, let me pull up the information. It's an intelligence plus empathy roll. And I assume you are not fighting this.
No.
Yeah.
She wants them to believe her.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to cautiously
Punch empathy.
I'm going to cautiously put the conch shell in her hands.
I'm trying to get the actual difficulty because it is based on
Must be their
Calliope.
manipulation and subterfuge.
Yeah. And she doesn't have any subterfuge, so it's only a 3 difficulty.
She doesn't lie.
And then mainly because I want to be successful on this, can I use my other gift of Iron Resolve and use a willpower to get 2 successes? I think it is. Because I only got 1.
You're stacking stuff now. Give me 1 second.
It means spending a willpower gives me 2 successes instead of the normal 1.
All right. This is once per scene. You can only do it once.
I don't want her to frenzy on us, so I think it's a good use of it. She's telling the truth. I'm assuming I sensed the truth since I got 3 successes then.
Mm-hmm.
And how you said you put the conch shell in Calliope's hands? Okay. So she's holding it. She removes her hand from Plays and holds it.
It'll help, I think, if you just... It'll help.
And Plays is doing that thing that like dogs do where he's just like laying up against her, but he's got his like head sort of like laying up on her. It's just sort of one of those like the love smother, I guess is the best way I can describe it. Just because he's just it I guess for him it's just sort of like a comforting gesture, just kind of reassuring that he's there. And just he because like just the primal nature of it, I don't think Plays doubted what she was saying was the truth. So that more than anything is, yeah, he's just right there.
And as she raises the conch shell to her ear, you see tears streaming down her cheeks.
It's at that Cullen's going to get out of the stance where he was ready to tackle her.
Makes total sense for Colin. Fianna are known for their energetic natures and seeing someone
And-
close on that brink.
You've got to pin them down quick, otherwise it's bad.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not making any aggressive moves towards her now. I'm just staying back because I'm not the type to be helping in a situation where I'm fuming and she's on the edge too.
Can you just hear everyone? Thank you all for believing me.
No reason not to.
The truth, and you fought them more than a lot of other people have done.
I believe you. You hear that from the conch shell.
She actually smiles.
You're not alone this time, so things should be a lot easier for you.
And she hands the shell back to Howie.
Besides, the
Yep.
only thing that have the balls to lie to me serve the worm. So you're good.
And then Plays kind of like looks over towards Colin and then looks up towards Calliope. Together strong.
And Colin, you just, when he says that, you just kind of hear the reverb from Eyes of the Creek.
Yeah, he uncrosses his arms and does more like the, brings them down in a security guard style. But he's definitely holding his left arm and just feeling each tattoo and the one scar written name on his forearm.
Smart words. And very true.
And I start petting Plays again as he's leaned up against me.
And his tail's going a fucking million miles an hour now.
You know
He-
what?
he's- He is
Cat-
instantly in doofy mode.
Doofy
Odd.
mode. I love it. Cat and Maui, I would like to have you roll a perception alertness check.
So glad that she didn't ask me.
Oh, why would you do this to us?
Does my paranoia kick in?
Yes.
I'm gonna be asking that like every single time you have me
Yes.
roll this.
Taking
ever.
that specialization is making your play style the same way.
Am I becoming paranoid because of Cat?
I don't know. Are
Oh.
you?
The difficulty is going to be 6 because you have seen Colin flail his arms about a bit now, and now he's kind of just rubbing his forearm, and I'm just trying to see if y'all see what is on that arm. You know?
He's obviously, if they notice, he's doing it subconsciously.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not I need to like make sure they're there. No, it's just oof.
3
6
out of 6.
successes.
6,
He
6, 6.
sees it.
Yeah, she's definitely going to see that in the row of names.
Yeah, no, I got 3 out of 6, so I might see a name or two.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say Cat sees the names that aren't even there yet.
Oh,
Oh,
why are you
What's my
saying?
name there? What?
I will make a note.
Oh God.
not to be a defeatist, but this is the world of darkness.
But yeah, so Kat, you see this row of names that has been tattooed in most cases on Colin's forearm.
There's one that is clearly carved.
There's one that's clearly a scarification instead.
It is the shortest name, I think, though.
Yeah. Definitely is. Maui, you catch a couple. I would have to say, since Eyes was so distinct with the scarring, that probably stands out a little bit. As in,
The rest are just regular black ink tattooed
Yeah.
names.
because of the one of these things is not like the other kind of thing.
I'll immediately get up and go over. I'm like, dude, I got ink too, and I immediately take off like my shirt, my undershirt, and I show him the tattoo. Those family too? What's up?
Oh,
The
and he,
memorials?
like he holds it up like the way someone would hold a broken arm and just covers it with his right. It's some people I lived with for a while, plus one that I failed.
Oh, okay.
That's all.
Hey, no, all right. This is family for me. So.
Memorials to family or yourself?
Memorials to some of the other foster children, and I'll look at plays, and then our former pack mate.
Is Olivia on there now too?
Yep. Oh, Olivia would be tattooed. No. All the foster names would be tattooed. Eyes and Olivia would both be scars.
Okay. I was just making sure.
And then just when he mentions the fallen packmate, plays noticeably calms down a little bit. Like it just everything sort of slows down.
And Calliope keeps petting him. No change. She recognizes that feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Calliope. Do you have a fire pit on your property? If I run into town, anyone want hot dogs?
Oh, you see plays ears just like instantly like perk up.
Yeah, man. If there's a fire pit, like you gotta get s'mores. Like you gotta get the marshmallows and the chocolate and the graham crackers, brother. Like, come on.
I just look at plays, be like, have you ever had a s'more? Most of the lupus I've met have never even seen these.
He just kind of like tilts his head.
You're gonna
we've got to do this.
Very sweet plays, so be ready for that.
Colin, wait just a moment.
Yeah.
And she goes back into her room, basically. And when she comes out, she has some money. She
Thanks.
gives him some
I
money.
did realize I offered that before realizing I'm broke. But
and she just says in mind speak, well, I'm not.
Everyone I talked to said silver fangs are good for something. I'm gonna just run into town. No, I won't do anything stupid.
Be careful though. If
you want to come with?
Cat, go with him.
Yeah, I'd rather us not split up if there's black spiral dancers about.
And Calliope, I can tell you're hesitant, but we should go talk to those glasswalkers too after we talk to the Bonar, since we already have an in with them. But both groups need to know about this shit, like, right now, if we can. I don't want to do it right this second because we're all very wiped.
I agree.
It sounds like the players and the player characters have plans. And I know it's a little early, but I think we're going to take our break right here.
Well, we have our cookout.
Well, we have the cookout. Yep, fuck your no square. We're back. We're doing it live.
Yes,
everyone's dead.
Live.
That's not the fix I wanted.
I can make my new Shadow Lord then.
I was gonna say, what the hell was in those hot dogs? Shit.
Then I can make my Black Fury. We're good.
Hot dogs so good we copied Calliope all the way around.
Oh, that's terrible. Y'all are terrible. I love you all. Thank y'all for dealing with the weird audio fucky-wuckies that sometimes happen when you run a stream. Oh my god. Oh, no. Sorry. I know, Maddox. That drives Maddox nuts.
The Puka voice.
Yeah. But anyway.
It's just a little too shrill for my ears.
I know. I get it. But anyways, so hot dogs were procured. S'mores were made. I'm thinking beers were drank.
Oh yeah.
At least 12 of them from Colin. He's not going to get drunk. It's fine.
But yes, beers were drank, and a general powwow was had. Now, I'm wondering how you all slept in this camper. How many of you slept in your car? What?
Colin went lupus and plopped down in the bed of the truck.
Cat probably went lupus.
I was gonna say,
here's the problem though. Whenever you go to sleep, you return to your breed form.
Mm-hmm.
So
I know.
I'm just warning you.
He's still just doing it. He will wake up as himself in the bed of a truck.
She probably finds some place to curl up. She's used to wandering around without
Mhm.
much.
Okay. Okay.
I lay the surfboard out on the floor and just go to sleep on that.
And also, Calliope does fold down the table and expand out the banquette so that it makes a bed
Okay.
for someone who needs it.
The cat would go inside for the bed.
Blaze is just gonna look for like something that he can make a ramshackle little hidey hole and use his right of cardboard palace.
Okay, that's fair. I would say it's about 2 a.m. while everybody's getting settled down. Plays, I would like for you to roll me a perception alertness check. Difficulty 8. And
Does my specialty of eyes in the back of my head?
yes.
Folks, this right here is why dogs were used for hunting.
4.
You sniff the air, you look around, and it's one of those things you whip around and there is the other lupus. The one you were having the cuddle puddle with. Scare you?
Unexpected.
That's okay.
He'll like cautiously move towards her, like head sort of low, sniffing.
She doesn't do anything to dissuade you.
Lost?
Depends. Before? Now? Future? This one is uncertain. Lost?
No. You lost?
Now not.
He'll move a little closer and like kind of like keep sniffing towards her. Am I getting like any sort of like danger sense other than the creepy clinger vibes?
Nope. And to be honest,
I'm saying I'm getting those vibes. He probably isn't.
yeah, to be honest, Plays is not getting those vibes. Usually packs stay together. She does smell familiar.
Is it familiar other than from when I met her earlier?
Oh, this is interesting. I see you didn't catch the hint. You knew her before. Like in the frozen north.
And then he kind of like once the realization hits him, he sort of stops and starts like backing away a little bit.
What's wrong? And the head tilts and the ears flop.
How far from home.
Far from home.
How here?
Scary men. Chase.
Smell bad?
Captured Great Mother. Captured sister. I run.
And he'll start moving closer towards her.
I become Great Wolf. Unsure back then. And
he'll move
as he's moving closer, and I assume at this point you're kind of distracted with all of this information.
Yeah, I think for him is he's trying to figure out, like, as far as he knew, like, there's not many left.
Only a couple.
And then yeah, like he's like tentatively moving closer. And then like he's completely distracted and he's like moving closer.
Yeah.
Like, and the intent is getting like right up next to her and then just sort of like smelling towards her neck.
She just kind of stays still for a moment. And the moment you get real close, she kind of spins and her tail whacks you in the snoot.
Oh, immediately he'll pounce.
And definitely it becomes this game of pouncy chasey kind of thing.
He's not sleeping anymore.
Yeah. And it's definitely one of these things where she's kind of leading you into the little bit of wilderness that's on the edge of Casper.
He'd be careful not to go too far just because with the black spirals, he doesn't want to get far from everybody else.
So I assume that, like, with the camper still in sight, that's kind of where you stop.
Yeah.
And she kind of turns and looks a little confused as she playfully kind of bops you. Because this is just all in good fun.
And yeah, he'll have fun, but he's very consciously making sure to stay close to everyone else.
Friends are safe. Pack safe.
Safer here.
I'm a great wolf.
And then he'll sort of like playfully try to tackle her and then run back towards the camper.
And it's very much instinctual play here, so there's not a lot of making her go that way. It's more,
well, no, it's kind of one of those like basically just sort of like poking, getting her to like come back, but while he's doing it, he's keeping close to the camper, trying to sort of like direct where they go, just because he's not gonna keep going if.
I would like Colin, Cat. I wonder how soundproof this camper is. Honestly. But let's see. Colin, Cat. Maui. Because I doubt you're dead asleep. Who would be still kind of semi-awake at this point? Would it be everyone, or is
Oh, Calliope is not sleeping well at all. Like every time she starts to doze off, she's having nightmares.
All right.
Every single sound would probably be not bringing Cat back awake.
All
So,
right. Well, we'll definitely need to adjust that or address that. Sorry. I can speak.
Yeah.
I was taught by Muppets.
I think that I would have laid out the surfboard on top of Plaguewind's truck, and so I could sleep under the stars.
Okay.
So I'm full out.
Okay. All
That's why-
right. You're just. And I assume like the sounds of nature don't bother Maui. So, yeah. So Colin, Calliope, and Cat, give me perception alertness rolls. Difficulty is going to be a 5 because they're
Jesus.
not being quiet. They're just
3.
Yep.
Oh, I only got 3 successes.
Oddly enough,
botched it.
You are dead asleep.
Yeah, just I'm out.
You
As soon
are.
as you were
Your
about to
annoyance
do
made you
something,
exhausted, Cat.
Yeah.
There's
know,
just open
all
mouth
this-
snoring.
All this stress. Yeah.
All that adrenaline pumping through you constantly, just when it dumped, you were out.
2, you still hear it. 3 is a complete success, so that definitely alerts you that there are wolves playing around your camper.
and actually, no, I think I'd be able to tell. I can tell that it's playful and not combative.
Yeah. There is no trying to bear fangs here or anything like that. This is definitely, it's very much one of those, the mighty wolf plays with other wolves. I cannot do a David Attenborough. So,
Something most miraculous occurs.
yes.
The wolves will pounce on each other.
It's quite cheeky. Quite cheeky.
So Colin's going to, first his hand appears on the rim of the bed of the truck. His head pops up. Plays doesn't look like he's in danger. And then there's just a very audible thunk of metal as he lays back down.
All pierced by a very loud, obnoxious snorting sound.
Yeah. It's just, she is out.
Calliope comes out of her room and sees Cat open mouth just snoring.
The leg is slightly twitching.
Yeah.
Slightly twitching.
And she goes to the door, steps out, and she actually shifts to Hispo.
Okay. All right.
What do I roll to shift?
That is a stamina primal urge roll, and the difficulty
We're about
It's
to
on
get
your
a
character sheet.
is on your character sheet.
We're about to get a bright white Pontiac. I mean, wolf.
It's 7.
Yeah, it's 7 to get to hiss. So
I think if they're doing that around the truck, I would have turned around onto my belly and just kind of hands fist under my chins, just looking at them. Dreamweaver.
That is actually 4 successes.
it's an easy shift for you.
Mm-hmm. And she turns into this giant white great wolf that shines silver in the moonlight. Looks at the two Lupus playing. And then walks towards the woods a little bit. To just go walk in the woods because she cannot clear her head.
That is perfectly fine. You want to feel that in tune with Gaia there, feeling the dirt under your paws, the wind in your fur, the utilization of the tail like a rudder to help guide your turns.
And she just does a silent exploration of the woods around her camper.
There was definitely a pause when Big Silver Wolf came out.
I almost imagine that there was it was sort of one of those, like, kids roughhousing and then mom steps outside, and so they just stop and try not to be seen.
Yeah.
And then once she just kind of walks off to just start back up.
Yep.
And then, yeah, I imagine after a while of doing that, like, he'll probably get tired again and then just kind of lay back down.
Yeah, and she lays down with you. Very much
And
that cuddle puddle-esque kind of.
And he'll lean more into it than he did the last time.
And she gives you a little lick on the muzzle, just a little one.
Gonna look over the edge of the truck down at them and is like, hey, leave some space for the Holy Spirit. And then just creep back over the side of the surfboard.
Is Fish Waterman talking about Gaia?
Is she asking plays that? Oh. Plays just looks confused. He has no idea what Maui's talking about.
Yeah, there's definitely just a kind of the lupus version of a shrug.
Yeah, it's just kind of one of those. He looks over as Howie says it, has no idea what he's talking about, and then just like lays his head back down.
Yep. Down they go. Calliope, you take this walk, trying to clear your head. I mean, there are memories that have annoyingly come back to the surface. We know those feelings. And they always come back at the worst times. You were so comfortable here. You were so ready to make this a permanent place. And I'm assuming your brain is starting to run through all the possibilities. Where are you going to have to tell Joe? What's going to happen with the bookshop? What's gonna... And that's when you hear it. There's the snapping of twigs. And we're talking distinctive snapping. I would like a perception and alertness roll from you. Difficulty 6. Whatever it is, they're not being stealthy.
Whatever it is wants me to know that they're there.
Mm-hmm.
That is 3 successes, and one of them is a 10.
All right. It's definitely coming from deeper in the underbrush. And
I'm going to activate Lambent Flame.
Oof. All right. All right. Make sure. I don't think you have to roll anything for that, but let's make sure.
I spend a willpower point to activate it. That's it.
Okay.
So I will spend a willpower point. And a white glow emanates from this giant great wolf.
Mm-hmm.
that spreads out 100 meters
Mm-hmm.
and illuminates everything.
And at that moment, there's a bit of a a pull back. Whatever it was within that 100 meters, and they pull back into the dark.
I'm gonna follow that sound.
And there's just a little bit of a chuckle. Just a little. The white rabbit has learned some new tricks, hasn't it? You don't recognize the voice off. And it's continuing to backpedal as you move forward. In this sort of way to try and stay outside that light.
Can I use mind speak if I don't see them? But if I know where they are?
I'd allow it.
Okay. So I am going to roll for that. Hang on, let me pull that one up.
Because this person isn't exactly willing, but you don't know that.
Mm-hmm. That is going to be manipulation and expression, and I burn another willpower.
Mm.
And I am going to use my specialty of storycraft to tell this interloper a little story about other little shadows that have been burned by the light. Is my difficulty, please?
Oh, for that one, this is more going to be a distinctive challenge.
Okay.
So, let me get the ratio of successes, because this might scare them off, depending on how many successes you get. So, the difficulty is going to be an 8, because that's what I set their difficulty to. They got 4 successes. You have to beat 4 successes.
I actually got 6 because I had 3 exploding 10s.
Such a great mechanic.
Yeah, so I'm just... this individual can hear Calliope's pleasant and almost musical voice.
Mm-hmm.
With a slight hint of a British accent. Saying, so many shadows have come to torment. So many have been burned by the light. Are you next, little shadow? Come and find out.
And you didn't get anything. There was just a swift turn and run at that point.
And she turns, deactivates the lambent flame, and returns back to her camper.
Yeah, it's still snoring, and there's now a little puddle of drool.
Yep.
And she doesn't say a word. She just goes back to her room.
The evening passes. You wake up. I'm wondering who will wake up first.
Not Cat.
Yeah, with that botch. Yeah, you are sleeping the sleep of the dead.
I think you might be making the dead a bit jealous, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I almost imagine Plays would probably get up just for like the morning hunt.
Mm-hmm.
Calliope's up pretty early. She's making breakfast for everyone.
That makes sense.
Second I smell that, I'm definitely up and about.
As soon as Plays got up, Colin would have probably rolled out of the bed and started his morning workout just right there next to the truck.
She's hoping the smell of coffee and eggs and ham sizzling, will actually wake Kat up. So,
Yeah.
As soon as it breaks through,
Eventually, it's gonna hit.
but when she does wake up, she's got the there's just red marks on her face from the weave of the fabric.
It's even worse than that. The hair has gone completely.
Yeah. There's just dry drool down the one side of her face, and she just looks really confused. Her braid is all messed up, and she's like, "Oh, something smells good."
and Calliope
Like, what time is
activates Mind Speak again for the group, and she says, "Good, you're awake finally. Breakfast will be done in about 2 minutes."
Oh, seeing everybody up, she kind of scrambles and just tries to straighten her braid and puts the table back up. And I was probably snoring. Oh boy.
Don't worry about it. You slept through everything last night.
Was there problems? Was there drama?
Puppies playing in the yard.
I want you to notice that your playmate has disappeared.
Like he would look around once he noticed she was gone. I think that's kind of when he would go out, and still the same idea, just kind of stay close to the camper. But yeah, once he smells the coffee more than anything, he'll go right back.
You will notice that she did leave a tuft of fur behind, stuck in some shrubbery.
I have no idea what that means.
She gave you a token.
Yeah, that's what that means. That's her handkerchief.
Yes.
The second he comes back, I'm just gonna grab him by the snout and just shake his face and just be like, "Look at you, you little hound dog! Huh? You escorted your lady friend home last night after you were done?"
As soon as he's like grabbing his muzzle, he's immediately just like swatting at him, trying to get him to let go.
Oh, Cat. At those kind of statements, you feel a little twinge in the back of your spine. You're the Philodox here. Ooh, are you not doing your job right? Oh no, clutches pearls. Oh no.
Wait, what do you mean you puppies were wrestling?
What was going on? What did I miss? just side-eyeing, like.
Plays just sits there looking innocent. He didn't do anything wrong.
What was the other one's name again, storyteller?
Jumps Through Dumpsters?
Yeah. Jumps Through Dumpsters came by last night to plays with danger.
Just sipping my coffee, pinky up. Plays.
You should be careful, Plays.
I also scared off the dancer last night.
And like at that point, like Plays just looks at Calliope, like completely oblivious that any of that had happened.
There was a dancer? Are you just like instantly like looking her over, like, are you okay?
I'm perfectly fine. They didn't touch me. I scared them off.
Good. I am sorry.
Ooh, I think that botch is hitting more of a guilt center on Cat than anything else. You are the rules master here.
You just see like Cat is just like completely off her game. She's like, I'm Thank you for breakfast. I'm going to be just outside for a little bit. And she's just going to just trying to reconcile that. Oh, what did I do last night? And did not pay attention and just kind of just sit down and try to like meditate and just calm herself. And
it'd probably be at that point Colin would walk up with his shirt over his shoulder.
I want
Morning.
fan art of this.
17-year-old Colin.
Walking up with the shirt.
No.
18.
Colin is of legal age.
Yes,
he
he
has
is.
been from the very first episode.
Okay, so he might actually be like 19 or 20 now.
Yeah, I picture he's late 19, early 20.
The
just
shirt
like that.
over the shoulder, kind of like that teacher special.
Except
that
shirtless, which makes it weird.
Oh, it's even worse. It's the youth pastor trying to rap down.
And you can... And he's not even sweaty because a light workout this early in the morning ain't gonna do shit. But he just very casually just walks, morning, pats you on the shoulder, and goes into the trailer. And
would you say that he's glistening?
No, not even slightly. That workout was barely enough to warm up. It was just to wake up.
Once the coffee's done brewing, Calliope takes the grounds out, puts them on a plate, and sets them down in front of Place.
Do you have
Plays
anything?
wag his tail and is just face into the coffee.
What is it called, Lynn?
Do you happen to have anything bigger than a coffee cup? Maybe a pint glass or something?
Actually, she takes out a thermos
That works.
and fills it with coffee.
And he takes it and just starts
And
drinking
starts
it like a
another
regular
pot
cup.
because that just emptied the pot.
Yeah. oh my goodness.
Probably snacking on a piece of ham while he's
Oh, she made quite a lot of. She made like an 18-pack of eggs and like multiple freaking ham steaks.
Because you know, kind of. Yeah.
Guru.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take one of the leftover marshmallows and just jam it in the center of the coffee grounds. Just be like, hey, give this a taste.
He'll sniff first and then eat it.
Sweet. Squishy sweet. Squishy sweet. Coffee.
Honestly, coffee marshmallows don't sound bad.
I have to admit, don't sound bad. And I don't like
Calliope
marshmallows.
actually does through the my speech. She says, actually, it's not. And she takes one of the leftover marshmallows and pops it in her cup of coffee.
So, and I am a benevolent storyteller, so what's on the agenda for our pack?
So do we want to stop by and tell the Bonars first? Or do we want to go talk to the Glasswalkers and Silverfangs?
I think it'd be easier to talk to the Bone Nars first, just because you've already given us an in with that. And then as soon as we're done with that, honestly, it doesn't need to be anything more, at least to my mind, than, hey, this is the problem, here's where we're going next, later. I don't think it needs to be much more than that.
We also have a scent that we can follow if there was a black sparrow here last night.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, welcome to the party, pal.
I scared one off.
And immediately any of the relaxation Colin was exhibiting is gone.
Literally, it tucked tail and ran for its life.
Yeah, I'm just gonna down the thermos of coffee at this point.
Funniest thing was I didn't even have to lay a paw on him.
Is everyone done eating? Because I'd very much like to go and make a quick stop at a biker bar. And then go see about and I'll turn to Calliope, I don't know, fucking high-rise? What the fuck do they stay in? For the Glasswalkers.
It's the place to meet them is the Cosmopolitan Bar.
Right.
Better to go lunchtime or later.
So Bonar's first, kill time till lunch, and then go there. Unless someone has something else they want to do first.
Much to do tomorrow. We do need to stop in at the furniture store
And get the application.
get one of those applications because that's tied up with this somehow.
Yep.
I'm probably not the one to do that. I'm not much of a people person.
Yeah.
That tomorrow, but
Yeah. Okay. Someone help me with these dishes.
Cat will jump right in to help do dishes.
Oh, Plays will start trying to lick them clean.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you have if there's a dog around, that's the thing. You let them clean it off first, then you wash it.
Then you wash it and put it away.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab him by like the scruff of his neck and just be like, no, lover boy, you and I, we gotta find this scent.
And you can see him like obviously wanting to get back to the food, but not fighting so hard that, yeah. And then he'll go with you.
Okay.
And Calliope actually directs you. She tells you where, like direction, how far.
Mm-hmm.
Colin puts his shirt back on.
Just standing randomly shirtless in a...
Yes, Colin is that sort of jackass who eats breakfast shirtless. Yes, he is.
There ain't nothing wrong with that. You don't
And
want to
luckily it wasn't pancakes this morning. You might have got syrup all over you.
Oh, I don't eat syrup.
You
I was
definitely
about
would
to say, Blaze might be all over that. I'm just saying, I can totally see that. Colin with syrup stuck there, and Blaze is just...
Okay, we have another point for fan art now.
Just saying.
No, that didn't happen. It's not canon. No fan art required.
Plays has scent of sweet honey. It's not a far stretch. I'm just saying.
And you're Canadian.
Yeah.
Well, then this syrup would probably be a travesty to his refined palate, would it not?
Well, he's a...
I was going to say I'm a wolf.
Yeah. But anyway,
now I'm just imagining Plays licking a
and now we've derailed.
Yes, let's get back on track before I kill someone.
You tried last night.
Before she kills someone out of order.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. But yeah, so...
definitely climbing into the truck with whoever is wanting to bum a ride to, and then following Calliope.
Yeah. So we're going to take a moment because it seems like Plays and Maui were heading out to catch a scent of a black spiral dancer. Plays, you do pass by that tuft of fur. Almost purposefully, it seems purposefully left there. Against this tree that, she was kind of rubbing against.
I leave it there because I don't want to necessarily draw attention to it.
Okay.
And then maybe grab it later.
Okay. That sounds fine. And you continue on into the woods. It doesn't take that long to see, smell this funky smell. It's not as bad as the other one that you smelled. It's funky, though. And as you continue on, you kind of... You know what? Make a perception check, both of you. The difficulty for Plays is going to be a 9. And for Maui, it's going to be a 7. The reason why is... Well, I don't know if Plays would understand letters.
He wouldn't. He's practically illiterate.
That's my point.
Yep. And you said perception...
Alertness.
Oh, only one success, difficulty 7, but it is a 10.
Okay. I'm waiting to see if Plays gets anything.
Nope.
Did you botch?
Nope.
Okay. That's all I'm concerned about in this moment. Maui, as you're walking along, Place has found the scent. You know, he's doing his I'm a good dog kind of thing.
When Plays is ever in like hunt mode, he's very much like, so he has scent of running water, so it's hard for him to be detected. And then he's also got like blur of milky eye, which makes him harder to spot. So he's like built for like stealth tracking. Yeah. So that's literally his focus when he does this stuff.
Yeah, which makes sense why you wouldn't be focused on anything that's above that ground level.
Yeah.
Maui, you notice a strange symbol on one of the trees near.
Like one of our symbols or one of like the city symbols?
It's not a city symbol. It's not a Garu symbol from what you know.
Gonna just absentmindedly just reach out the back of my hand to try and get his attention.
Mm-hmm.
And just point at it. You ever see that before?
Have I ever seen it?
No.
No.
It is one of those sharp, angular, runic R's.
You don't have any paper in that backpack of yours, do you?
He'll shift into Hamid.
I just avert my eyes. Okay. A little warning next time.
Sorry, it's what in Primal Urge again? Stamina?
Stamina and Primal Urge.
I always forget the first half. Stamina, Primal Urge, and then to go to Hamid. 4 successes.
It's easy enough. You're naked as a jaybird.
He will like squat and then like he's like looking through the bag. I imagine he's probably got a like a receipt or something, like just some random scrap of paper. I don't know if maybe you want to like
you know what?
Like roll a d10 and just see if he's got it.
I've got an idea. I've got an idea. You pull out a piece of paper. It's very old style legal printer paper. And and when you pull it out, you don't even have to have your wolf nose. But that reminds you of the coffee pot in Jonathan's office. His legal office.
As in, like, that's where I would have gotten it from?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, your previous Galliard.
Yeah. He's, like, going through and probably only has, like, a vague suspicion of what paper is.
Mm-hmm.
So he's, like, going through the bag and pulling stuff out of it and has probably, like, thrown the paper, like, crumpled up over his shoulder while he's looking through the bag.
Mm-hmm.
Just like absentmindedly tosses it while he's looking.
So I immediately go and grab it.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks, man. And just pat the top of his head.
And it's old school legal printer paper. It has some wording about Magradon Pharmaceuticals.
Good. Two birds with one stone. And I'm going to try to find some kind of twig or something that I could just rub against the rock to try to get a smooth edge, and then try to draw the same symbol onto it.
Okay. I'm not gonna
Pocket
make
that.
you. I'm not gonna make you roll for that. I'm just. It's gonna rip the paper, but you get the symbol in there.
Okay. Trying to be as careful as possible,
Mhm.
but this isn't the pencil.
Yeah.
Then I pocket it, and I go, all right, come on back. You still got to see how far you can hunt this guy down.
And he's like trying to shove the clothes back in, but also grabbing like rocks and stuff. And throws it in the bag, and then he'll shift back down to Lupus.
I
And
love
then
me some
follow.
lupus. I love me some lupus players. It's just the way they have the randomest shit in their pouches.
Not random to them.
I'm surprised there isn't a used condom in there. Honestly.
I mean, there probably is. It's just it's if at some point he thought he needed to put something in his bag for whatever reason, it's probably in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, chat. As we've said many times on many streams, we are adult-ish here at McStabber Studios.
Yes. Trust me.
Hey, there's all sorts of fucking goodies in an alleyway.
Yeah, all sorts of fucking
Hypodermic
goodies.
needles, all kinds
Yeah.
of shit.
Yeah, goodies. That's
Yeah.
the word.
Goodies.
Hey,
gosh.
that shit's fucking treasure for a bonar.
Anyways,
That's true enough.
as you head deeper into the woods, the scent has been caught. You continue to move through, and unfortunately, it leads up right to the road back here.
And then so like plays like up to where he can stop smelling it, he'll sort of like look around and then sort of like move, I would say maybe like 10-15 feet in either direction, just trying to see if he gets any sort of whiff from here.
It's the best way to put it is it's moving towards town, and it was moving fast. You get a little bit of a scent of oil, which makes you think that they had some sort of giant vehicle.
And then so Plazel, like once he figures out the direction it goes, he'll look over at Howie and then look in the direction that the scent's going.
Alright. And we will pause them right there, because I believe the other three were heading towards the biker bar while this was going on. Colin, give me a perception alertness check as you make your way to the biker bar.
I'm sorry, everyone.
You are driving, so you're the one that's supposed to be focused.
Difficulty 6?
Mm-hmm.
3 successes.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's a rare form for me.
You notice that there is a tarp covering the monkey wrench. And there is definitely a ramshackle sign that it says closed for construction.
Ooh. We're all in Mind Link, right?
Mm-hmm.
Howie, I think your spiders did too much.
Oh, is Howie with us, or they're still back?
They're still back.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
still back, so
Oh,
they didn't
fuck.
hear us. We're too
Yeah,
far.
he'd be out of range.
Yeah.
Alright, then instead it's Howie's spiders did too much.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh shit.
I know where else.
It wasn't us.
Yeah. I know where else we can go, and I take them to where
You-
the
Caulfield?
alpha tends to hang when he's not here.
Yeah.
To the junkyard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm.
And it's just got a nice big sign that says basically Harry's junk heap.
Mm-hmm.
And it's pretty easy to drive up to. They keep it locked up. You can see he has a tow truck out front. This is not just where he works. This is where he lives in classic Bonar fashion. And it looks like there has been a line of people leaving from visiting. As you pull up.
Wait until they're all gone.
It's pretty easy. It was a steady flow for a bit, and then it takes about like 30 minutes to die down.
I think we can go in now.
All right.
And so we walk into the office area there at the junkyard.
And he is basically sitting there at the desk looking at his desk. And he looks up and it's like, oh, great. Now what?
Oh, at least you're in the right mindset.
Seriously, now what?
I
Take
turned
it
to
things have
Calliope.
been
Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say, take it things have been interesting.
Interesting.
While they're doing this discussion, Calliope's writing out everything they found out at the.
Interesting. I don't know exactly if my entire base and sept of operations is melted into scrap and rust is interesting.
That may have been an understatement on my part. I apologize.
You think? You think it's been an understatement? And I mean, he's just very much like, I am not in the mood today.
Calliope sets the paper down in front of him and she says, I'm sorry to make your mood worse, but this is what we found. And it goes into detail about the Black Spiral, taking people from the homeless shelter, even about the Black Spiral showing up on her property last night.
Great. Just fucking great. I've got to replace cycles. I gotta fix. It's even worse. That ground has been is spiritually guarded. They're breaking through spiritual guard right now. These freaking things. And he kind of sets a jar down. And it's a spider. Not a normal looking spider.
Does it look like Howie's?
That's
the
interesting thing. It doesn't exactly look like Howie's. It does have that kind of weird, not natural kind of look, but there's this constant flux going on with its form. Like, rigid structure. And then melt. And then twist and rigid structure.
I don't know much about spirits, but I know Weaver spirits aren't supposed to do that.
No, they're not.
And Calliope literally says over the mind link, ask him if we can take this with us.
Can we take that with us?
You're not going to throw it on anything else, are you?
Of course not.
And Calliope's literally shaking her head dramatically.
Because
did Plays tell us about what he saw on the old woman?
He just said spiders.
Okay.
Because you let this thing out, it multiplies like I've never seen Weaver spirits multiply. Something is wrong. And so, yeah, he delicately hands it over.
Calliope takes it. And she puts it in her bag securely. She points to the paper.
Mm-hmm. I saw that.
And then she makes a sign like connected.
Maybe. It's possible. But right
Can we
now,
actually-
the place where we
She's writing. She writes in it, "You look after your people. I'm going to go talk to my people."
just FYI, Stan is throwing the challenge because of this. At full moon, I'm gonna have to fight him.
She writes down, "Go for his knee."
He favors it. Old injury, maybe?
Alpha, can I ask a question that I think you'd be suited to answer?
Sure.
Well, it's two parts. First, what's your Sep's totem? Or do you have one?
Cockroach.
And what is your totem making of the situation? Because I know spirits deal with shit differently.
It's very upset, and it's starting to weaken. That building is where it was bound.
All right. We should ask the exact same thing to the Glasswalkers when we get there. Honestly, if they don't have cockroach as a totem, I'll be surprised, but
I have no idea.
Calliope bows in respect to him and turns to walk out.
Be safe.
nod and duck out with her.
Fucking hell. You know, there's this.
Yeah, welcome to being a werewolf. It sucks.
And unfortunately, I think we're going to have to cut this episode here. But
Man, it
progress has
sucks.
been made.
Sucks for them. What we did to them is real asshole.
And I would like to thank my players, as always. My Chaos Gremlins, the lot of you. I love it. I love it. All right. You get 3.
She's just got this corrupted Weaver spirit in her bag. It's fine.
Sure, it's fine.
Look, Colin used to have his mom as a snake inside his shirt. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, for those who don't know, go and watch season 1.
Yes, please.
Yes.
The real question is going to be, though, whose bag is now more sus? Blaze or Calliope?
Oh, Calliope's got some
Calliope.
interesting things in her
seems-
bag, okay?
It seems even right about now, honestly.
No, Calliope gets my vote.
Yeah. But as per usual, you get your 3 from me. Everyone participated. Everyone had fun. Everyone showed up. So now it's time for you to spread the love. So who wants to go first?
Uh,
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Calliope. Calliope. God damn. She's shown this episode, both figuratively and literally.
Mm-hmm.
It is, believe me, as someone who had to do a lot of scenes where I was incredibly emotionally distraught last season, it is very hard to try and hold yourself in that mentality if you're not even slightly feeling it yourself that day. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's not easy to be emotionally wrecked. So props to you on that, and then props for being the smart guru and defending your fucking territory. So that's my vote.
All right. So, this is hard.
It always is. Honestly.
It really is. You know it because we had to deal with this in Wraith. Yeah,
Mhm.
this is so hard.
If it helps, that's also what she said.
I know, right? especially jumps through dumpsters.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Guilty
chicka
until
bow
proven.
wow. Okay, I am actually going to give it to Kat this time. I loved not only using like Truth of Gaia to really suss out if she was honest with Calliope, but also just for one who is basically the rules master, Kat has so much empathy, and it is amazing to see. I love that it's a stargazer, because that's true stargazer there, just all that empathy. And it's so wonderful. And like, not only that, but like even how you portrayed after, you had that botch that led you to sleep so deeply that you missed stuff that you probably should have been aware of. You really played that exceptionally. Yeah. So props to you, babe.
Thank you.
Not as cold as some Philodox for sure. It's nice.
Mhm.
I know, like, I would definitely struggle trying to be strict, like, hardcore. So that's like why I like the Stargazer. It's like I can play that kind of. I can do the annoying Zen, interpret the rules, follow the rules, still know the rules, but you got to find your Zen in it. It's my turn now. I'm gonna go with Calliope 2, echoing Colin. The entire scene where you in the woods and you ran into the Black Spiral dancers and you're just like, no bitch, this is my place. F off, was amazing. Plus, of course, the nearly frenzying and all of us having to go into, fighting each other almost nearly. Thankfully, we avoided it, but it was awesome.
Oh,
Thank you.
man. This was always so beautiful. Dang. Did I miss anyone? Did I stroke out a little bit?
I mean,
We still haven't had
Yeah.
Howie in place.
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't gotten. So.
I was like, where is everybody? It's been a rough week already. I know it's just Tuesday, but it's been rough.
Yeah, I get it. It's rough. I'm gonna give it to Colin and Calliope. I thought the whole day I was just like, man, we're gonna get to this door and my spider spirit's gonna do all the hard lifting, but you got us out of there.
You don't lock in our room in any room. It's a very stupid idea, because if I hadn't been able to bust down, I would have probably frenzied from the panic.
Yeah.
And seeing the reactionary speed that you had when Calliope almost frenzied, I think that was it harkened back to season 1 and what you've been through. So that's where my vote goes.
Oh, a frenzy! I know what to do here.
That happened multiple times.
Well, thank you.
I will echo Will entirely. Calliope and Colin is just I always forget every time that I play a game or see anything that Raylan's in, where like immediately like she was getting emotional and I was just like, shit, is everything okay? Like
you forget that I can turn the waterworks on and off. Yeah.
And it's just like those two scenes, like just kind of explaining everything to everyone and then fucking standing her ground was fucking badass. And then Colin, it's seeing the difference between season 1 and now with him stepping up and being more of the Arun, taking charge, like doing more of the Arun stuff. Especially in this episode with recognizing the danger. So that 100% what Ravno said.
I actually want to tweak mine, storyteller.
Mm-hmm.
I realize I actually do want to give it to 2. I want to give it to Kat and Plays.
Okay.
Because Plays as much as Calliope has adopted him, I think he's adopted her too.
Yeah.
Because he literally immediately rushed to her when she was in distress.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, part of that could have been to make sure he was close to do something if she frenzied, but part of that was also because she saved him, now he was going to save her.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved that. That was so touching. So touching.
I love this group so much. They're so good.
And with all those great confessions, none of us get the extra XP.
Oh, stop it. You know I always let you. Fine.
I have to give a little bit of shit, though.
And I make notes every single time that I get
Yeah.
shit from Maddox.
Yeah, but here's the thing. It's a tax. I have to, you know?
Yeah, I know.
Well, thank you everyone for joining us tonight. Seriously, it was a brilliant session. I had an absolute blast, and I couldn't have done it without this amazing table here with a fantastic storyteller for Werewolf and amazing Werewolf players. Thank you so much. I'm so glad I got to come in for season 2 because I love this game. I love this game. But
And we only had one tech issue. That's rare.
hey, you know what? But that happens. That happens. That's not a big deal.
We handled it surprisingly fast too. So
yeah, no, that was great. But no, seriously, not a big deal. And thank you to all the chat and viewers that were patient through that. We appreciate you. And we got through it. And seriously, thank you so much. Now, I want to tell you, if you'd enjoyed this game tonight, you can come and hang out with us in Discord. We cast our games from Discord. So if you want to sit at a table with us, you need to hop on over there, join our server, hang out with us, get to know us, and apply to games that are currently being cast and start streaming with us. So definitely, we have, I think, looking at the date, I'm at my husband's computer and his date's weird. I believe there is one more day on the Bro Hunters casting call. One more day. So if you want to get in with Red Bin Powers playing ridiculously campy and fun ghost hunting, like spoofy ghost hunting show type game, you want to get in on that. I played it the first time and it was ridiculous fun. It's like Paranoia Ghost Hunters version. Okay, it's seriously awesome. So join us on Discord for that. And definitely, if you enjoyed what the content was tonight and enjoyed what the players did, you can give bits or donations to players. We do not take those as a studio. I don't get any of those. Shanky doesn't get any of those. Everyone else at this table will get your bits or donations if you give them. You can also give us a follow and a subscribe here. If you have Amazon Prime, you can get one free subscription a month, and you might consider giving that to us. We also have a KoFi. If you would like to donate without giving Twitch half, you can donate to KoFi, where we do support myself and Shanky as the producers of this channel. So consider that. And then also, we have back episodes on YouTube. You can check out season 1 of Phoenix's Call to see the original story of Colin and Plays and the other guru that they were once in a pack with. And then you can also check out a multi-session werewolf story that was Trailer Park Werewolves. That was amazing. Amazing.
Y'all watch.
You'll see some
the Trailer
familiar
Park
faces in that
Werewolves.
one. Yeah, you need to watch it. It was great. And of course, back episodes of this season is there. And then we have friends that do amazing content. One of them is right here at this table with me, Ravnos Archon. Ravnos, tell us what you're doing.
Ooh, boy, I have, aside from trying to be the most non-theurge or glasswalker that there is on Tuesdays, I have a vampire game that runs on Mondays, and I have a Star Wars or D&D game that runs alternating on Fridays, and every month I try to showcase at least one session of a game that's out there that I think needs more attention. This last week we did Dune,
I loved that.
I'm glad it was a lot of fun. I think next month I'm going to showcase 7C. So that's on the docket.
Awesome. 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 Y'all really should check out Ravnos Archon. He tells some amazing stories. He also runs Mage here at McStabber Studios, which is returning in October. Season 4.
The fact that y'all haven't broken reality and you've survived 4 seasons is very impressive.
I know.
It's crazy.
It's been close. It's been real close with my ecstatic, trust me. This last season just about made her do it.
See, all he heard was, "Oh, I can finally push her over the edge."
Oh yeah, because he's trying real hard.
Reality is our Play-Doh, and then Paradox tells us no.
No. Go in the no box.
I know. Oh my goodness. And of course, we do have Werewolf merch available in our Zazzle shop. There is Werewolf merch there, as well as studio merch, Windy City merch, London Esoteric Society, Call of Cthulhu merch. Definitely check out our merch store if you want some cool swag, and check that out there. And coming up over the next week, we have, let me pull up my schedule, just a second. I always get into this and forget to pull up my schedule.
It happens.
I know.
100%.
I know. It's silliness. I'm not used to doing a whole outro. Okay, so what we have over the next week is on Saturday, we have episode 25 of London Esoteric Society. That is Call of Cthulhu 7E, set in Victorian London. The London Esoteric Society is a group of investigators in London, Victorian London, investigating very strange and unusual occult stuff. And some cult stuff.
Yeah.
Ravinia there is in it from time to time when she's available.
Yeah.
And a variety of very colorful and fascinating characters that are investigating very sus shit and going insane.
Yep. Absolutely going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs and losing every which way.
Yeah, so that's on Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern. And then on Sunday, we have Windy City After Dark, our Vampire V5 stream at 5 p.m. Eastern on Sunday, the 1st of May. That's going to be Season 6, Episode 8. Our seasons are 10 episodes long. The end is near for Season 6. And y'all, from this past Sunday, there have been comments in our Discord, like one today was that, that viewer felt like on the edge, like they're like all hell's about to break loose, and not for the coterie, but for all their enemies.
It's not like Werewolf where you watch the characters bumble around. No, these leeches have a fucking plan, y'all.
Yeah, and a list.
Honestly, would be scared of seeing werewolves actually have a legitimate plan.
Oh, the apocalypse would never happen if that was the case.
So join us at 5 p.m. Eastern on Sunday for that. I can't give you any spoilers or hints at what's going to happen because we haven't even recorded it yet. We record on Thursdays prior to Sunday, so I'll be just as surprised as you.
I'm sure I'll do something stupid.
And then we will be right back here next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern with the next episode.
It'll be fun.
Of holy shit, what the hell in Wyoming.
Yeah.
I like the name.
I'll take it into consideration.
Yeah. Again, thank you, everyone. And really, we here at McStabber Studios want you to take care of yourselves. If you are struggling with mental health concerns at this time, please, please, please reach out to those around you that you feel will support you. And if you are in crisis right now in chat, there are numbers available that you can call or text anytime, day or night, to get the help that you need for your crisis. Also, if you are outside of the US, we do have a link that you can click on to find support lines anywhere in over 140 countries outside of the US. So please get the support. And also, I will say, as I did last week, that if you have EAP, Employee Assistance Program, through your employer, you can also utilize that if you are dealing with a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, a lot of worry, even depression, or anything mentally, causing issues for you. And it is confidential. You can call, get that assistance. They don't tell your boss, it's available to you for free. So you can use that as well. And I, Mama McStabber, am the nicest mean nurse you'll ever meet. I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to tell you bluntly just how it is, but I'm going to do it from a place of love. And Timber Brad down there is the meanest nice nurse. He's going to be mean, but he does it out of love too. Ish.
If it was one of us, maybe.
Love and a bit of spite.
And probably a whole lot of spite. But yeah, but we're going to tell you to
get your goddamn shots.
Yes, please get your shots. It's warming up. More people are hanging out. Mask mandates have become non-existent. And, we still haven't reached more than 65% fully vaccinated in our country. So please, go get your shots.
Please.
Because if we do not get enough people vaccinated, it will continue to spread and spike and fill up hospital beds and hospice beds and all kinds of stuff. And it will continue to mutate and it will be around forever. So please go get vaccinated. Said with love.
Mm-hmm.
And go ahead and say that we are done.
Yep.
Storyteller?
And that is going to conclude Werewolf the Apocalypse, Phoenix's Call, just for this episode, not the entire thing yet. We're not there yet. I haven't killed anyone
Not dead yet.
I was about to say, I haven't been eaten by a thunderworm yet. What are you talking about?
It hasn't happened yet. But yes.
Quit giving our ideas.
You already
Good
had
night,
that one.
everyone.
Good night.
Night.
Bye-bye.